How are you? We have everybody.
Hi, Judge.
How are you?
Doing great. Do you know who we're going to start with today?
I'll let you pick. I think we have both lawyers. Yeah, you can pick whoever you want.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to pick her. I'm going to pick my female.
Hello.
How are you? Which one's your attorney?
Mike CS.
Mike Ciaz?
Mm-hmm.
Ciaz?
I think CS, maybe with an S.
Yeah, I don't think it's the wrong way to do this because I don't think we have that attorney with us. What's your name?
Taylor Saxey.
Taylor Saxey?
Mm-hmm.
I think she said on Tuesday, Judge, for next week.
Okay, that's explaining it. You're not supposed to be here.
Okay.
Okay.
Chelsea's
All right.
Chelsea gets you there way early, so we'll see you next Tuesday. All right?
Thank you.
I'm going to blame Humphrey on this one, okay?
You can do whatever you want, but we're not gonna fall for it.
Okay, so let me try this again, maybe.
Did we let her
Strap.
pick? You picked one for next Tuesday. All right, what's your name?
Stratton Jacob, sir.
Who's your lawyer?
Catherine Woodward.
Hayward.
Hayward.
We're getting closer. All right, she is here.
Oh, I did good this time. Okay.
All right. Catherine's driving to Disneyland right now, apparently. And she's muted. All right. I'm assuming it's one case.
One case, Your Honor. It's a good thing I was muted because I cussed.
Well, you'll probably do it again. It looks like you're rolling over in your car. Is that?
It does?
Yeah, you look like you were doing a rollover.
I'm parked so I can do this safely.
Okay, good. All right, this is Jacob Stratton, and I do have a copy of the mental health assessment. I'm going to consider that for the purpose of this hearing. And did you want to call your client and testify?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Stratton, if you would raise your right hand and be sworn. You swear or affirm testimony about to give be truth, the whole truth, nothing but truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
You can go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, we're here today because we're asking Judge Baxter, the gentleman that just swore you in, we're asking him to let you out on a PR bond for mental health, which means if granted, you'll have to check in with the mental health department every week. That's with Miss Tony Fox, and you'll have to come see Judge Baxter once a month. Can you promise to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're also going to have to seek treatment and stay current on any mental health medications. Can you do that?
May I still see the same person I was seeing before I got in?
You can. As long as the judge knows about it and the mental health court knows about it, you absolutely can.
Perfect.
Counseling and consulting associates of North Texas?
Yes, with Mr. Jeff McManus.
Yeah, that's the plan. Okay. All right, you can go ahead.
Okay. Tell me what your diagnoses are, your mental health diagnoses.
Jeff was diagnosing me with severe anxiety and mild depression, but we were talking about maybe bipolar disorder or borderline personality disorder, but then I got in here. So
Do you think that your mental health is less stable while you're in jail? Like, is it hard on you being in jail?
it is.
Okay. Do you think that, or do you intend, if you get out of jail, to resume your counseling with Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also therapy.
Okay. Very good. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Does the state have any questions?
Just briefly, Mr. Stratton, what I guess what help have you received in your past for your mental health?
Including when I was a minor.
Yeah.
Around 14 years old, I was admitted to Sundance Hospital in Arlington for depression. And then when I was 16 years old, I was at UBH in Denton for a suicide attempt. And then I was hospitalized one more time at UBH for another suicide attempt when I was 17.
And have you had any suicide attempts since your last one?
No, sir.
And I may have missed this and I apologize, but where would you be staying if you were given a PR bond?
Either my mom's place in Dallas, but preferably my uncle lives in Anna. And so it would be a lot closer to the courthouse. And he has an extra bedroom and they just had a newborn, so they might need some help. And so that's probably where I'm going to end up going since it's right down the street.
Okay. And do you have any mode of transportation for yourself, or would you be relying on your mom and uncle and family members for rides?
But if I can't get my car back soon enough, then my great uncle has a car that he said he would let me borrow.
And you have your license?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Anything else from the defendant?
No, Your Honor. Just ask that you seal the record at the end of the hearing.
Okay. And does the state have anything else to add?
We'll just read his criminal history for the record, Your Honor.
Okay.
He was arrested back in 2019 for robbery and was subsequently placed on deferred. He was given, I believe, 2 years deferred with, among other conditions. In that case, he was a motion to revoke has been filed on that case and is still pending in Collin, and the state rests.
Any argument from the state?
State would defer to the court.
Yeah. Mr. Stratton, what we're going to do is go and get you out on a mental health fund. You got to do what you said you're going to do. Live with your family and follow their rules. You have to come see me once a month. You'll have to call Tony every week. And make sure you're taking your medications and only your medications. If anything's in your system, it's not supposed to be in your system, you'll go back to jail, okay?
I
Tony,
understand.
did you want to say anything?
Yes, Judge. Jacob, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Tony Fox. I'm the one who you're going to call every week. When you get released, you should find a folder in your property. In that folder is going to be my card. It's going to have my contact information there. Give me a call when you get out or call tomorrow to let me know that you got out okay. And we can talk about what your next steps are, okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to go ahead and seal the record. Do you understand exactly what you need to do though? And make sure you call Tony every week and come see me that one time a month. And
Yes, Your Honor.
let Tony know if you need anything, because we're going to assume everything's going okay if you don't let her know something else is going on, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. See you in about a month.
So, thank you.
Thank you, Tony, Judge, and Anthony.
That's Claudia. All right. There's a Tim Mills on here also.
Yes, sir. That is me.
That's you? Is that
Yes,
your
sir.
dad? Tim Mills Senior, I guess, is your dad.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring in.
Sorry, I was having trouble unmute. Yeah, his dad should be trying to sign in as well, Judge.
He's in. You want me to sign up, bring him on?
Please.
Yeah, since we're asking for out of state, I thought you might want to have him present, since that will be who my client will be staying with.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. This is, let me get there. Six 3012 2022 Timothy Ryan Mills Jr. and charges of assault, bonds $25,000. I do have a copy of the mental health assessment. I'm going to consider that for the purpose of hearing only. And did you want to call your client to testify?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. If you would, Mr. Mills Jr., raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you swear or affirm testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You can go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. State your name for the record for me, please.
Timothy Ryan Mills Jr.
And Timothy, you are asking for the judge to grant a mental health bond today and to release you to your father, who you will live with in Arkansas. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. That is correct.
You understand that there may be additional court proceedings and check-ins that you have to make, and that you may have to come back to Texas for some of that. Do you understand?
Of course, I understand.
All right. And you and your dad, have y'all had an opportunity to talk about that?
We have, yes.
Okay. And he is willing to bring you back and provide transportation and do what's necessary in regard to any of the conditions of this case or, conditions of this bond or the case.
Yes.
All right. And you guys have talked about the fact that you will be getting into some type of mental health treatment, whether it be inpatient or outpatient, whatever it is that you can qualify when you're there. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. We have talked about that.
And you're willing to do that as well as follow any other conditions that the judge places on you?
Of course. Of course. Yes, ma'am.
And are you currently on any medications?
I am. I'm on 2 different medications currently.
All right. And you understand that you'll have to remain on those medications and remain prescription compliant?
Yes, ma'am.
Part of the plan will be that you'll be checking in weekly with a case manager and updating them on the treatment that you're in. You're willing to comply with that as well?
I am willing to comply with that. Yes, ma'am.
All right. You are still in high school, is that right?
That is correct. Yes.
And you will return to school or enroll in a GED program in Arkansas, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. That is correct.
And do you have grandparents that live up there as well or near there?
No, I do not.
Okay. Where do your grandparents live?
My grandparents live in Illinois.
In Illinois. Okay.
Yes.
Have you and your dad talked about the possibility that you might stay with them or visit with them?
Yes, we have, but
All
I
right.
believe.
And so, I'm sorry. So we're asking for the court to consider maybe you being able to visit your grandparents, but that would be something you'd have to clear with the court ahead of time. Do you understand?
Oh yeah, I understand.
All right. I'll pass the witness.
Any questions from the state?
Just briefly, Your Honor. Mr. Mills, what mental health diagnoses have you been diagnosed with in your past?
Bipolar disorder.
And how long have you been taking medication for that?
Since April 2021.
And you're currently getting medication while you've been in jail?
Yes, yes, sir.
Do you feel like that's helping you?
Yes, definitely.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Anything else from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Did you want to call Dad or just want him online with us?
Let me call him briefly, Judge, just so I
Okay.
can clarify a few points for the court.
All right, Mr. Mills Senior, if you would raise your right hand, be sworn. You swear or affirm testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. And you'll have to unmute also. I think it's Alt-A.
I've got it right here. So yes,
There
sir.
you go. All right. You can ask whatever you want to ask.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Mills, you currently live in Arkansas, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have been contacted, or have you been contacted by the Mental Health Managed Council liaison?
Yes, I have.
And you've provided them with information as far as where you live, contact information, and the fact that you are willing to provide your son a roof over his head and a support and assistance in getting treatment if he is allowed to be released to you. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
We would be asking for a conditional or coordinated release to you. And when would you be able to pick up your son if the judge released him?
I would be able to be there Tuesday evening or Wednesday morning, whichever works out best for the coordination.
Okay. And you understand you'll have to stay in contact with the jail in regard to the timing of everything so that he can be released to you when you get here.
Absolutely.
All right. And you have looked into some inpatient and outpatient programs near where you live?
Yes, I have.
You have some concerns that he may not be able to go into an inpatient program, but you do believe that you'll be able to find outpatient assistance. Is that correct?
Yes, the mental health facility I spoke with, Greenwood's Behavioral Institute. I've spoken with them. They're going to do an assessment and probably keep Timothy for 72 hours up to 10 days. And then after that, they spoke about an intensive outpatient program, which would be 2 weeks of group therapy Monday through Friday. He'll be there for about 3.5 hours during the day, each day. And he will be able to see a psychiatrist as well and be able to provide resources to continue his counseling.
And as far as him coming back to court, you would be able to provide him with transportation to get back to court if his case is filed and he needed to return to physically come back to Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
You had requested the possibility of seeing if the court would consider him visiting his grandparents in Illinois. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. And they're aware that he will be under bond conditions and things like that. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
I'll pass the witness.
Any questions from the state?
No questions from the state.
What part of Arkansas do y'all live in?
I live in Farmington, which is just outside of Fayetteville.
Okay, so up north.
Northwest.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's what, 6 hours from here?
4.5 to 5. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else from the defense?
No, Your Honor, we'll rest.
All right. Anything else from the state?
State will rest, Your Honor.
Any argument from the state?
Due to the nature of the offenses and their closeness and their occurrence, we would oppose a PR bond at this time.
You know, I understand there's also a second case that we didn't get a writ filed on for assault, family violence.
Let me look, Judge. I
Yeah,
think I
there's
had
two
him
cases.
down. Okay. Then either we missed it or I don't have that
Yes.
case on him, but
Tony knows
let me
something.
make sure.
We saw that there's already a FOD on that, and you should have 2 documents to sign for him. One of them is the FOD and the other's the writ.
Okay. We'll have to find it. So anyway,
Okay.
what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get him out on bond today. Mr. Mills, you got to do what you say you're going to do. Basically, number one, follow your dad's rules while you're up there. You'll come see me once a month. You'll talk to Tony every week, let her know how you're doing. If they can get you into a facility, take advantage of it and get the full benefit of that facility. Bipolar is pretty easy to treat with medication, so they may just have to tweak it a little bit though to get it to the right levels for you. Okay.
Of course.
But I'll see you probably next month. But just do what you're supposed to be doing and good luck. We'll figure out how to get the other bond set if it's not done. We'll take care of make sure that it's done. And then Tony, will you coordinate to get the coordinated release done? Figure out what day's best. Probably next Monday or Tuesday, I guess, is what we decided. So yes, good. And Tony, you want to say something?
Yes. Timothy Jr., just want to let you know when you get released, you should have a folder in your property. In that folder is going to be my card. so that you'll know how to get in touch with me. And I want you to get in touch with me once you're settled in Arkansas, sometime next week. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Dad, I'm the one who's going to do the coordinated release and make sure the jail releases him on Tuesday. What time in the evening do you want to pick him up?
I could pick him up anytime after 5 p.m. would be fine.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead just to give us some leeway, put it at 6 p.m. Tuesday evening. If that needs changing, just call me.
Yes, ma'am.
The attorney has my phone number.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck, everybody. We'll see y'all soon.
Thank you,
Judge,
Judge.
do you want us to just file an order under the FOD, or do you want us to file a motion and everything? What's the best way to handle it?
We'll figure it out. We'll probably just give him a PR bond under there's a FOD, I guess, that's already been set up, and we'll do a PR bond under that FOD with the mental health conditions.
Okay. All right.
Thanks,
Perfect. I appreciate it. Sorry that we missed that. I apologize.
Thank you all. Good luck.
Bye.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
See ya.